That's enough time to grow older, to reshape your life, to forget how someone used to laugh, or how they liked their morning coffee. When Emily and I ended our marriage, it wasn't some explosive argument or shocking betrayal. There was no yelling, no harsh words, no slammed doors. It was quieter than that, like a structure slowly falling apart from the inside. We became strangers sharing a home. At night, I'd lie there awake, listening to her breathing next to me, wondering how we had drifted so far. We used to hold hands in the dark like teenagers. Now, days would pass without so much as a touch. We tried to save it. Therapy sessions, dinner dates, a weekend escape to the coast. But nothing made a difference. Our talks turned into polite exchanges. Our silences stretched longer, heavier. We weren't a couple anymore, just two people sharing space and raising a beautiful little girl. Then one night, after our daughter had gone to bed, Emily looked at me with eyes that had stopped hoping and simply said, "I think we both know this isn't working anymore." I nodded. No anger, no tears, just quiet acceptance. She moved out a few weeks later. The first few years after our divorce were the roughest. Not because I missed her exactly, but because I missed what we were supposed to become. I missed the future we once talked about in whispers, the dreams we never reached. I missed waking up to the smell of her shampoo on the pillow, the way she used to hum while making breakfast. I tried dating. Nothing ever felt right. Each connection felt thin, surface deep. I'd come home, pour a drink, and sit in silence. Emily and I only stayed in contact because of our daughter. Even then, it was all about schedules, pickups, school events, tuition. And once our daughter left for college, we had no more reasons to talk. No texts, no calls. It was like we had quietly erased each other. And I was okay with that. I really thought that chapter was closed for good. Then out of nowhere, 15 years later, I got a message from a number I didn't recognize. I almost deleted it, assuming it was junk. But the first line stopped me cold. "Hey, it's me, Emily." My heart skipped. I stared at the screen, unsure what to feel, unsure what she could possibly want after all this time. The message was short, but it landed hard. "I know this is out of the blue, but I've been thinking about you a lot lately. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything." I read it 5 times. What was I supposed to say? That I'd been waiting for this? That it didn't matter anymore? I didn't answer. Not that night. Not the next. But on the third night, after staring at those words again and again, I finally typed a reply. "Thanks. That means more than you know." She responded within minutes. She told me about the years since, therapy, a failed second marriage, health scares, loneliness. She said she'd spent a lot of time reflecting, and the more she looked back, the more she saw how she had shut me out when we were married. She admitted she didn't know how to love properly back then. That she blamed me for things I didn't deserve. That the guilt had never really left her. We started talking again. Slowly. Carefully. There was no talk of rekindling anything. No romantic undercurrent. Just two people sifting through the wreckage of something they once shared, trying to understand it better. We talked about our daughter, about memories we remembered differently. We even laughed a few times, something I hadn't done with her in almost 20 years. Then one day she said something I wasn't ready for. "I used to think everything was your fault, but the truth is, I didn't even know how to love myself back then, let alone you." That hit me harder than anything else. Because for years, I had silently carried this weight, the idea that I wasn't enough. That I failed her. And now, after all this time, the person who made me feel that way was telling me it wasn't mine to carry. We didn't meet up. There was no grand reconciliation. But we kept talking now and then. And through those quiet conversations, something inside me began to loosen. It wasn't forgiveness. It was something gentler, understanding, peace. 15 years after our divorce, my ex-wife sent me a message I never expected. It didn't change our past, but it helped me make peace with it. Sometimes we don't need to go backward. We just need someone to finally listen. And after all this time, for the first time, I finally felt like I was